Are you in need of a new gaming headset but can't afford anything too fancy? Well, now Corsair has your back with their new HS35 headset. It's styled more like their premium HS70 headset, but has had to make some cost-cutting features to make the just £35 price tag. The main cost-cutting measure here is the build quality. They use relatively cheap-feeling plastics, and it's not overly well reinforced, and so does definitely feel cheap in your hands, but they've done a very good job of not skimping out on the foam on the headband or the ear cups. They're both a fabric style design, which is actually my personal preference anyway, but have a good amount of foam behind them and are actually fairly comfortable, even if the overall headset itself doesn't feel all that premium. They also didn't cheap out too much on the sound quality. While these certainly aren't amazing and they're incredibly bass heavy, like very bass heavy, they're actually still a pretty decent overall listening and gaming experience, and I think you're going to have a reasonable enough time with them. I think they really fit into the sort of good enough category, and at this sort of price point and the features overall that it provides, I'm actually pretty happy with it. Music listening on these is fine. It's a bit of a weird experience though, because the volume rocker that's on the back of the left ear cup right next to the mic mute switch is actually a completely device independent audio, so they will turn up the audio in the headset itself but not deal with anything with your device's audio, and so I found that turning it all the way up on the headset but then changing your device's audio is the best way to get the best quality out of this headset. Of course, in a pinch you can certainly use it to turn the volume down, but generally speaking, if you want the best quality, I'd turn it all the way up. The microphone is actually surprisingly pretty good. Here's a quick test of it. So here's a quick test of the Corsair HS35 headset's mic. Of course, it is detachable. I did do a test before this, but it seems like because there's no wind shielding here, unless you're very careful about where you put it, it's gonna have a lot of plosive sounds and a lot of wind noise coming from your mouth. Now, it's fully detachable, actually has a little rubber plug that you can put in there, so if you wanted to use these as a more sort of on-the-go travel style over-ear headphones, then you can do that and then plug in the microphone when you get home for your gaming sessions. That definitely works. Of course, the microphone itself doesn't have any wind shielding, so you will have to be careful where you place it in front of your mouth, otherwise you'll just get a garbled wind noise mess. But overall, in terms of the quality, you're going to have no problems comming with your team on Discord, which, by the way, the headset is actually Discord certified, and so it's a pretty decent experience. Otherwise, the only other main cost-saving measure is that it's a 3.5mm headset with a fairly thick, just standard rubber cable instead of anything sleeved or braided or anything like that. You also get a little adapter from the 4-pole connection that it uses to a separate headphone microphone jacks if your device that you're plugging into needs that. For gaming, these are certainly fine. They don't have any crazy features like digital surround, but you're still going to be able to hear the enemy's footsteps nearby you in-game or your team on Discord or wherever else, and so I think for this sort of price point, I think they're definitely a decent shout. So would I put one of these on my desk? Well, I currently use the Corsair Void Pro wireless, and so they'd be a bit of a step down from that, but if I was shopping for a budget headset for a friend or a young relative who's just got into gaming, this would definitely be on top of my list for budget headsets that do a pretty decent job. While the build quality will mean that they probably won't last forever, they're certainly going to do a decent enough job and, you know, get you by until you can afford a nicer, better headset. Now, with that said, those are my thoughts. I would love to hear yours in the comments down below. Is this a headset you're interested in picking up? Is it a bit sort of too cheap for you, or is it too expensive for you? Anything at all, let me know in those comments down below. And of course, if you want to pick one of these up, then feel free to take a look at the link in the description down below. That'll take you to your local Amazon store where you can see pricing when and where you watch this. You can also check out the rest of the links down there from Amazon and Overclock UK affiliate links, which don't cost you anything to use, but massively help me out when you do use them. Or there's Patreon if you want to support me directly and get cool rewards for doing so. Or there's also merch for t-shirts and hoodies, TechteamGB related designs and all that jazz. Or you can check out some more videos over there as well. If you want to see more videos like this one, I post every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and so make sure you hit that subscribe button with the bell notification icon, and otherwise that is pretty much it. If you got any questions, feel free to leave those in the comments down below, and we'll see you all in the next video.